like their countdown videos. Oh yeah, here we go. For no particular good reason, just because we have them. What? We did! Yay! We did.
Yeah, we did it. It's like a New Year's countdown for the show.
Oh wait, there's even more. Ooh, these are like neat ones. Check. Okay, one more. That's pretty sweet.
The dance version.
Oh, see, I suppose if you're actually going live, I'd thought about going live to play Elden Ring, but I just haven't streamed in so long, and I'd have zero consistency because it's just been all over the map. Game time.
Though that would be a fun watch. So, be like, where is he going? Where's he going?
He can't be this. Oh, he's that bad. Oh no!
Wait until he sees what's behind that corner. Oh,
he's not going to whiff this. Oh, he did.
He did.
So I'd be curious. I wonder what the audience on Twitch for Elden Ring is. Is there a contingency of people like to see people suck at the game, or is it all like you want to see like high level strats? Like, oh my goodness, like look how good this guy is.
I think it's a good mix because, well, especially now with Night Rain that just launched, so everybody's watching everybody fail at just playing. So I don't know. I think sometimes it's the reactions. I know I watch for the reactions when I know there's a good, twist or surprise.
Something's coming up. Did you want to talk about Night Rains at all? I don't know if you. I mean, it's nothing we'll play this year unless you break your vow.
No, it's nothing I'm gonna play this year, but I do have a little FOMO on it.
You're feeling it?
Yeah, I didn't think I would, but seeing the clips, I'm like,
It's interesting. I mean, like, so it's Fortnite, and we can talk about it. Let's toss in the show.
Okay.
Elden Ring.
It's gonna mess up that poem though.
That's fine. Elden Ring. Night Rain, is it?
Night Rain, yeah.
What if there's like a full game through? How does this already exist?
Oh, I imagine people already beat it.
Oh, I guess that's true, yeah. Let's see if I can throw it. Man, can I throw this in the poem real fast? This one I can say.
It would be funny just to smash it at the end and be like, and Night Rain.
Don't forget Night Rain.
Yeah.
Okay, I was able to sneak it in there.
Sweet.
Yeah. All right, so let's get the poem going because we are live. Rolling at 20, D&D enters once more. One kid's off games for ruining his score. A dad's missing Night Rain, you'll never guess which, and we find out if dads will say yes to the Switch.
Yay.
2. The last slide is wait. That doesn't. Is that the Switch 2?
Yeah,
it still works. We're sticking with it.
I'll give it to you. Yep.
Mike's dropped. We're moving on there.
Perfect.
The adult beverages are poured. The kids are asleep. Welcome to New Dad Gaming, a show about fatherhood, gaming, and new fathers figuring out their gaming lives. My name is Trevor, and I have a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old.
And I'm Jeff. I have a 14-year-old and a 12-year-old.
Yeah, my first double digits happened this week, and that it's momentous. That's a wild thought all of a sudden, and especially it's the size of it too. It's like a decade.
Yeah,
there has been a decade now of fatherhood, a decade of keeping this thing alive.
Yes, yeah, that is true
and counting.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty wild age. It's been fantastic. We had like a great birthday celebration Couldn't be happier with him, of course. But do you recall? Did 10 hit you, or was it more when you had that first teen? Like what was like the bigger shock or pain for you?
The bigger shock was a teenager, but 10 was a big number. Just with everything, like you said, everything kind of up to that point, they're kind of this preteen almost, and they're their own little being. But teenagers, I was like, man, it's getting serious now. I am on the countdown to like driving and parties and
and dating
and dating.
colleges.
Yeah, that's just a whole new can of worms. So
Yeah,
10 is no slouch, though. It is a big time.
Yeah, but happy for it. It certainly hit, and yeah, the thought. So 4 years till teenager now. That's the next big one. And the thought of having a 14-year-old is bizarre. Like that.
Yeah.
But at the current rate of speed, as far as time is concerned, like that's gonna happen like in a week.
Right. Yeah.
The way these days are going,
it's gonna burn right by us for sure.
Yeah.
You're gonna be looking at college and
all right,
20-year-old.
So we're in a bit of a release season. I would suppose that two big things, something that just dropped and something that is dropping soon that we're going to get into the further conversation. So, Elden Ring Night Rain has officially launched.
Yeah,
there was big. So, my gaming ignorance, I'll lay myself before everybody. I thought Night Rain was just the DLC.
Oh no!
Like I didn't know it was a whole new thing.
Okay,
so I was legitimately confused because every time I log in to play Elden Ring, it's like, hey, do you want to get the DLC?
Right.
I'm like, oh, you mean Night Rain? It's not out yet. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So I didn't know that Elden Ring has DLC already packaged, finished.
Yes.
And Night Rain was its own new thing.
Yeah. Look at you being an old dad gaming.
It's like, oh, I got you the Nintendo. Is that your Nintendo? Yeah, it's a PlayStation, Dad. Well, it's like a Nintendo, right?
You always wanted Elden Ring, so I got you Night Rain. No, that's not what I wanted at all.
So it was so then finally at some point it dawns upon me. It's like release, and then someone walks through like how the game actually works. I'm like, oh, that's very different. I had no idea. This is just its own thing. That's crazy. What do you mean you got Fortnite stuck in my Elden Ring? That's crazy.
Yeah, totally different from the mechanics that you're used to in Elden Ring and its DLC. So
yeah, well, I can't say. I think you went a little too far. I don't know that it's totally different, in so much as like mechanics are the same roughly. Like I think there's some more like move mechanics. You go a bit faster, but the attacking, the Souls-like elements, as far as like the difficulty, the death, like the discovery, the weaponry, runes.
Yeah, that's all there, but they're preset characters. You can't build your own. So you're selecting a class and going out and be like, well, I'm a cleric and that's who I am.
Oh, do you not do stats? You just level up?
No. Yeah.
Interesting.
So you get that time to run around. As far as I know, you get that time to run around during the day, trying to level up your character as fast as you can with 2 other people. And then when night hits, Night Rain, is when all the bosses come in and you guys have to coordinate, defeat all these boss rushes.
Yeah, like the pace of it seems wild, because if like any dads that have not watched it, like watch a few matches of it, it's it's so similar, but it's so different.
Yeah.
The speed and the scaling, like the way people are just running around the maps. There's a certain reckless abandon to it, whereas like there's a slow, methodical approach to core Elden Ring.
Yeah.
Like it's really wild, I find. But like, what has been your take? Are you upset that we're not buying games this year because you desperately want to get into this thing? Is it just not your bag necessarily? Like, where are you landing on being somebody that, and correct me if I'm wrong, but being someone who really enjoyed Elden Ring?
Yeah.
Like, so from that vantage point, like, how are you looking at this?
Yeah, I really enjoyed Elden Ring. I still haven't finished the DLC, but I've been enjoying that as well. And Night Rain was something I'm like, oh, I don't really want a battle royale. And I definitely don't want a trio. Like it's a trio. There's no duos. You need 2 other people to meet up with online, and there's no AI component. So you need people. I'm like, I really don't want to be with others. Well, mainly because like I will let down the team or they will, and like it's just like
Mm,
maybe that's where the difficulty spike comes in because you don't know, right? And there's no game chat or anything. So I'm like, do I have it on dad time? Like at least
mm,
with Elden Ring, I could pause, right? Like I could hide away and save and come back later. This thing is like, okay, you're locked in, and I'm not sure how long these rounds are, but 20, 30 minutes at least. So you need to be like present. So initially I was like, I don't really want to get into that. But then it launched, and of course, like I see clips, and it's really cool to see people try to coordinate with different, like their own character's skill set, coordinate that against a boss that is just wrecking them. And you can see
mm,
just people span out and try to help each other and go at the boss. I'm like, okay, well, that's really cool. That's a neat aspect. And it would probably be pretty intense and invigorating to be in that battle, right?
mm.
Versus watching the trailer, I'm like, I don't want that. But seeing the real clips, I'm like, okay, I might want in.
Yeah. It's like maybe I do. Oh,
Maybe.
it's like a romantic comedy. It's like I don't. You're just looking across the room, like it's like no, I don't want a relationship right now. As you're walking away, I don't want to wait
What
for my
away?
life to be over.
Exactly like that. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I thought about it too. I mean, what I adore to death the co-op in Elden Ring.
yeah,
Like when did I last update? Did I have I updated that I beat Godskind Noble?
I think you're about to, or you had like encountered them, but I don't think
Yeah.
beating them.
Okay. So my character in Elden Ring's like slight tangent. I've been going through and I've been trying to just upgrade a particular weapon. And there's kind of this fast track way to do it so you can get like it up to like +9 with somber stones. Right? But some number 7 is nigh impossible to get.
Right.
Right? Like it's some lava thing, like it's a whole bunch of like hacks. You used to be able to like jump off of something and jump off to something else. They patched it. Great. So basically, like you don't need to understand Elden Ring. I'm basically just trying to cheese the game by getting a weapon that's way too powerful than I have any business having.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So when I finally came to understand how co-op worked for this one particular boss that had continually been ruining me, like I called in help. And lo and behold, somebody showed up, and the two of us went and just dismantled this guy. The best part is, as best I can understand with the co-op in this game, it's based on levels. So whatever your level is, it tries to find somebody about the same level.
Yeah.
Now, my leveling compared to my skill level is way off. I have way too many levels for how bad I am at this game.
Right.
So the person who came in was probably like, "Oh, you want some help with like the end game, huh?" It's like
Yeah.
Godskin Noble. What are we doing here? You don't need my help.
Oh, yes, you do.
That's where you're wrong. I'm awful. Do you work as a garbage man? Because you're about to carry out trash. Let's go. Anyways, so that informs in some ways my thinking on this game when I found out that it was like that co-op focus.
Yeah.
My only concern I would have would be like I am the drag on the entire team. Like I
Right. Yeah.
suck. I'm bad at this, and I'm ruining some two other people's lives. I'm trying to beat this game. That would be my only concern about it. Because otherwise, like a game that is this punishing to have like some compatriots try to go through it, that's kind of enjoyable to me. But like again, like the thought of being like the uh, weak link in that chain bothers me.
Yeah, and I wish like so I totally get that. I wish this game would come with like a friends pass too, because I would totally set up
Mm,
my kids to play with me, but I'm not buying 3 copies of a new game. Uh One, I would
yeah,
have to break our little agreement and then break it 3 times.
times three.
But if it came with like a friends pass or something that could, get people on side with you, and
Mm,
then you just need to find one other or at least link up with another friend, that would be kind of cool. And they don't really need the money, so I'm not sure why they didn't do that. But I'm hoping they patch in there are rumors they patch in like a duo system. So maybe when that happens, maybe I break our agreement and I get my youngest on board, because they are really good at these games. My
oh,
youngest,
good.
not my oldest, couldn't care less.
Yeah,
Doesn't like these games at all. So I would have a blast with them. That would be fun.
that would be. See, this seems like a really cool family game.
It, it does. Weirdly, it does. It's like, all right, let's go take down this demon together. All right, sounds
Not
good.
family in the sense that it's SpongeBob SquarePants, like
Yeah.
PG. It's just that, as in, if your kids are of age, the thought that the three of you could co-op this, I
Yeah,
think it would
absolutely.
be, because my kids have now watched me play a bit of Elden Ring, and they showed like a tremendous interest in it. Like, I don't know if it's. I'd be curious to hear from other gaming dads if you guys want to write in and let us know. I don't know if it's just like the morbid nature of it for some reason draws in kids to watching it or something, or just like ours are weird. Like, I'm not sure how to put it.
Yeah, it could be. Like again, my kids were all about, okay, you need to get like again the best weapon, these stats, get these items. This item links up with that stuff. Let me Google that for you. And it's like a puzzle
Mm.
for them. And they're like, okay, we need to min-max this thing and go out. And I'm just tooting around in the world looking at the art.
Yeah. It's like, hey,
So
look at this. I can talk to a pot. This is fun.
exactly. Yeah. Look at there's Alexander the Pot. Look, he's having a great time.
Yeah. Well,
So
maybe this is as a celebration when we get through the year of not purchasing, which will
yeah.
happen very quickly. Maybe this is
Will.
like one of the first new dad purchase, and hopefully they have duos ranked up, so
Yeah.
we can
sounds
help
like
each other until you drop me like trash. It'll be great. But gaming dads out there, if you have thoughts or have stepped into Night Rain, would love to hear your thoughts on it as a gaming dad. Reach out to us at New Dad Gaming, newdadgaming.com. Besides that, like the other like big news is like this week coming very soon is the Switch 2.
Yeah.
The big bold new Switch 2, so hard to get. I don't like I've heard about some midnight events. Like, have you heard of any kind of happening in your area?
Not in my area, but I did look up the GameStop, which is I think the closest one to me was like just like 30 minutes away. I
Hmm.
was hoping for like locally. And then that might have like, oh,
Oh,
maybe we do another midnight launch.
maybe I'll just stop. Maybe I'll just stop by. Maybe I'll just
Right?
randomly pick up a Switch. No
Yeah,
big
just
deal.
see how the kids are doing out there.
Yeah,
What can I do?
yeah. I don't know. So where are you landing on Switch 2? Is this another Night Rain where it's like you wish you could kind of get in on it? Are you more satisfied with your plays to kind of let this thing come out and like let the dust settle? Like, new console launch, like how are you feeling at present?
You know when like so when the PS4 came out
Hmm.
and then you had that for a while and then like the PS4 Pro and then PS5, right? And you're
Yeah.
like, do I need it? But then like you look
Yeah.
at your old system and it's like
Mm,
loud, it's dusty, you can feel it's on the edge, right? Like
yeah.
every game just strains it and like you're like it's gonna blow up at any moment. And I think that's where it is for me in the Switch 2 is like the old Switch is there, it's competent in what it's doing, but
Mm,
man, it would be so much better to boost some of those games up to where they need to kind of be, where the intent was, I think,
yeah.
and see them on a system like this. I don't know if like I think my 12-year-old is more interested in it. I don't think my
Mm,
14-year-old is interested in it. And I'm not sure I have space for it, to be honest. Like, there's so much portable systems lying around everywhere. I'm not sure, but like, what are your thoughts? I'm not sure where you stand on this. Like, maybe you
yeah.
have one, and this is
Yeah.
just a ploy to get me to be like, yeah, I don't have one, and Trevor has one.
Yeah. Like, I'm one of those leakers that got a early copy shipped to
Yeah,
my house. It
yeah,
wasn't supposed to. Yeah, it seems like a worthy upgrade. Like, it looks nice. It solves some of the, I don't want to call it limitations. It's just that every console after it launches eventually shows some degree of like downsides. And this was an
yeah,
opportunity for them to like patch some of those out, clean them up. So across the board, it just seems like a really nice, beautiful unit, right? And I think about the reason I'm compelled for it largely is two reasons. Number one is my back catalog of Nintendo games.
oh
Like,
yeah,
the current Switch, it largely feels like my kid's console, and it's struggling for space all the time, right? So even if I had Final Fantasy 12 on there for a long time,
yep,
but it just consistently got deleted because they wanted Plants vs Zombies, Boomerang Fu, Mario Kart, whatever,
yeah,
right? So it never had a stranglehold. And so we have this library of ones I'd like to play, and it's almost like, oh, this could allow me
Yeah.
to play my back catalog Nintendo
Your
games.
own games, yeah,
And
yeah.
I'll be honest, one of the other ones is my two kids have this weird agreement going on where my oldest gets to play Fortnite on the TV and the youngest has to play it on the Switch.
Oh,
Even though
okay.
on the Xbox you can do dual screen. You don't have to even have separate consoles, but they
Right.
still do it. And to see Fortnite struggle on the original Switch is like, oh, buddy, I wish like the
Yeah.
loading times, like like everything about like the frame rate. It's like I almost for your sake, as this is like one of your main things that you do as far as gaming. Like I'd love if instead to like have you go with a different system. So yeah, so it's certainly tempting. I think the challenge is though the entire back catalog we have.
Yeah.
The I think about how much I'm PC based, and I look at something like the Steam Deck, right?
Right.
Which you can pick up for, I mean, new from the store is $4.99. Now that's Canadian, so that's like 300 American. But even that goes on sale,
Yeah.
right? So it's like as opposed to like I'm really enjoying my time in PC gaming land at the moment. And the
Right.
thought that for half the price of this new system, with a library that pales compared to the other one, it's like it's a hard bargain right now. It's tempting. It's one of put it this way, like those who listened, I think 2 or 3 episodes ago, like I secured a pre-order, but I was only trying to get it for my brother,
Right.
right? However, like if he had gotten it and I also got it, there would have been that like weird like position of like, like it's in my
It's
hands.
there, right?
You only
Yeah.
live once. Do I just go for it?
Yeah.
So it's like right on the cusp and calling to me, I think for sure. But that I suspect that if I ended up in a Best Buy 3 weeks from now, and it's like, hey man, listen, I'm not supposed to tell everybody, but we got one unit in the back. Do you want it? That's no. I want you to put yourself in that situation for me.
Yeah, yeah.
You are walking through Best Buy or GameStop,
Right. Yeah.
and they're like, "Hey, buddy, hey, come on over, come on over. Look, you buy stuff here all the time. Let me know." I have a Switch 2 in the back. The guy canceled. I won't tell anyone else. Do you want it? I'll sell it to you.
Right.
What are you doing? What are you
See,
honestly doing in that situation?
I think that's where it's a text to my wife saying, "Look,
I've been good. Okay.
it's Father's Day coming up. My birthday's in the summer.
That's even worse.
Like maybe this is the purchase, right? Like I really like the games. Honestly, she wouldn't even care. She would be like, "Yeah, yeah, you play enough of the video games, you can buy yourself a console with
Yeah,
adult money." But like,
So
yeah, no, I'd
why are
probably
you
take it.
texting you? You're an adult.
Yeah, yeah, true. Um, I again, it's my midnight launch thing. Like if I saw like my location and that midnight launch thing, I'd be like, do I want to go? Just to see
Well,
if I could get one.
let's drop by. Let's
Yeah,
drop by, see what happens.
yeah, and just find a place for it. Because again, like you said, there's a lot of backlog I could play, and I'm pretty sure I would get the new Mario Kart and have a great time. So
Was it ever confirmed that other cameras would work with the system or only like the special Nintendo camera?
oh, I'm not sure. I mean, knowing
Do
Nintendo, it might be proprietary, but
cameras
I'm sure
work?
that port is like workable with something else.
Okay, hold on. Yes, other cameras work with the Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo
Okay.
says that you can use the official Switch 2 camera accessory or any compatible USB-C camera. You can even use existing USB-C cameras you already own, but not all cameras may function. Okay, like so I have a what the case being like we're covering now the part of the demo where it's the live view. One
Right.
of the funnest things have been for my kids to play with my brother's kids, their cousins. So the thought that they could have on screen, like just handle all of
Oh, yeah.
the connected play, the
All
video,
the
like the
video.
voice chat, like God, that would be a blast, especially if they're just even playing different games. Like that is kind of cool.
Well, yeah, and the implementation of it, right? Because it has like a little cutout silhouette of it,
Yeah,
right? Like it's just a fun thing to do. So yeah,
yeah.
no, are you selling yourself on this? Is
Yes.
this what's gonna happen? You're gonna
I'm saying again, like they have put together a compelling package. It's just like I'm not going to now try to get a pre-order, but it's like if it shows up, the place where I'm trying to summarize where I'm at. I'm not going
Right.
to go out of my way to now try to purchase one, given our year of no games, plus just what else I could get for that like current money, like something like a Steam Deck that makes a bit more sense with where I'm at with gaming.
Yeah.
But again, if you like stumbled across a launch event and it happened to have a unit that you could like grab onto, like I would be so tempted because it looks like a really awesome system.
You know the meme where the person trips and they ding their credit card and they buy something is exactly how it would go down. Ding! Oh my god! And you hear the Joy-Con, ka-ching, like
It's a Mario coin.
yeah. No, I'm with you on that.
Oh,
I think if it were to stumble along, like if it was sitting there, yeah,
yeah,
I think I would
it'd be
take it.
tricky. Hey, gaming dads, do you have a pre-order? Are you ready to go? Are you planning to go to launch event? Write and let us know. Super excited to live vicariously through you at
Yeah.
New Dad Gaming, newdadgaming.com. I was quite curious about, it seems as though your kids may have caught a bit of the bug for flights of fancy in the world of D&D.
Yeah. Specifically my teen,
Mhm.
who one day came home with this giant box of D&D, right?
So great.
And I think I've talked about it on the show, like, we were trying to get in D&D, and I didn't really continue it. I got, like, kind of acclimated a little bit, but then they were going off and going to some D&D lessons almost, and they have a D&D club at high school that they try to make. Anyway, they're
Mhm.
they're really into it, but one day they come home with this giant thing that their friend just gave to them. They're like, "I don't use this anymore. Here
Hmm.
you go." And I'm looking at this thing, and it's like close to $100. So, like, I'm like, "What?"
You think of a gift? It's just like,
Yeah, like, I'm not
is it
sure.
cursed? Like,
Yeah, well, right? Or are there pieces missing and it's just, like, papers in there or, like yeah, like a treasure map. Um, but no, it was a gift because the friend I guess this is the gateway on how you get people into D&D. You gift them it, and then
oh,
they and they get into it, and they learn it, and then now you've got a whole team, right? And that's your group.
that's
So,
smart.
as of right now, as we're recording, I'm on pickup duty for my 14-year-old that's at a D&D game night with this new D&D set he got,
That's so cool.
and he's texting along saying, "Oh, okay, like I'm going right after school,
Hmm.
and can I stay for dinner? And now actually can we postpone to 10 o'clock because we're really having fun?" And whatever
Hmm.
is happening in the game, he's giving me bullet points of who's dying and who's casting what and stuff. Um
You're gonna be like scrolling, like it's like, what happened to Terrio? What happened
yeah.
to Talia? Is
Yeah,
the half orc okay? What
right.
happened?
Like, are you live streaming this? Are you like, you can't compete with your dad on the streaming service, like, that's just not cool.
What do you mean you have a
Um
million subscribers? Come on.
Yeah, so it's kinda wild that, yeah, he's in it, like, he has a whole like, his whole friends group knows how to play. They asked him to be a DM. I'm not so sure about that, but we'll see how that works out, and, he's supposed to supply snacks for the next hosting, and maybe we'll host here, I don't know, but it's, like, a whole thing, and I'm
Hmm.
like, "Our calendar is pretty full, so, like, you need to start sticking in, these D&D dates so we can plan ahead," but, yeah, he's full into it.
Oh man, I'm excited about. Like, I'd be curious. We've played some cooperatively. We played a game called like Tin Helm. So
Okay.
think about it as like this Mentos. I actually have it here for the sake of video. It's like, yeah, here we get the audio experience.
Oh, alright.
Yeah, so it's just like, so it's called Tin Helm, and inside of this Mentos capsule is an entire replayable campaign you can just do. So you're going through a dungeon, like you do a bit of rolling, you're trying to get these shards. Super simple, like super fun. But like the one time I had it set up because I was just like chilling one day, kids notice, come by, and all of a sudden now we're cooperatively playing it, like making the decisions together. Like, oh, let's take that treasure chest, or like let's do that. Should we attack them? All that fun stuff, and they started to get into it. Where
Yeah.
I could see again that future where you do much like you do at Night Rain. session with all the kids, like you do like this D&D thing. So you
Right.
have like a bit of a campaign with like dad and kids, bring maybe mom along if she's like cool with rolling some dice, and
Yeah.
just have a session. I don't know. Has that crossed your mind as where this might lead for you guys?
It definitely has because again, I think it's a great, like, kind of just story bonding experience, right? I think that it's a very creative way to do, um, just to learn about each other even. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Mm,
I can peer inside my kid's brain on what they have to like, how do they creatively
yeah.
solve problems,
Hmm.
right? And we've played board games in the past where it's been like a great family experience, and we kinda, like, got out of that phase when laptops and mobile phones kind of took over their lives. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad that he's back into something like D&D, and maybe I can to ask him to set it up here, and then we can play and see if
Yeah.
the whole family gets involved, right?
Do like a mini campaign. I think it's a
Yeah.
fantastic idea. That's that's really cool, man. That's an interesting standpoint. Like this, like creative role playing as a looking glass into how your kid's kind of currently approaching life and
Yeah.
problems.
Yeah, for
That is
sure.
super cool. That is really nice. All right. I'd want to dig into that more, but we do got to wrap it up for the evening. We're a bit short on time. Uh, Gaming dads, do you yourself have you played D&D with your kids? Would you like to? Do you have a D&D group? Do you have any other recommendations for Jeff and I? Should we just buy the Switch too? You wanna, like, just like
Sell us on it, yeah. There you
any
go.
anything and everything. Talking to everybody from who listened to the show is one of the best parts. We would love to hear from you. Reach out to it at New Dad Gaming, newdadgaming.com. Of course, this has been the show. Thank you so much for listening, New Dad Gaming. If you want to subscribe to us, you can find us on all the major podcasting networks, Google, Spotify, iTunes, anywhere we get Caster, anywhere we get your podcast. Just search for New Dad Gaming. If you do and you find us, what would really help the show is a subscription to make sure you're getting the new episodes every week, as well as leaving a rating or a comment. Helps boost the signal to other night rain dads who
Yeah,
need a third, who need to be carried, frankly, because they're not that good at it. Just help a
there you
dad
go.
out. Or and anything else in between. As we said, any questions, any comments, any suggestions? Are you playing Night Rain? Do you have a Switch 2? We'd love to hear from you. Do reach out. Thanks, everybody. Until next week, my name is Trevor, and I have a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old.
And I'm Jeff. I have a 14-year-old and a 12-year-old.
Remember, everybody, just because he became a dad,
Does not mean it's game over.
we'll see you next week.
See you later.